Yo, it's your boy, your brother, your friend, once again in the building, Sean Brasfield, and you're watching Candid Corner right here on ObKnox TV. You got it. Let's go.
I'm jealous.
Yes, I'm the first one.
Well, welcome to the show, Sean. How are you?
I am good. Thank you for having me. It is as Les Brown would say, it's a plum pleasing pleasure to be on this show on the ground level of it before it builds up and blows up. So yes, I'm looking back and say, yeah, I was number 3. Yes, that was me. So yes.
Oh my God. So where are you from?
I am from, let me say it this way. I'm from the Lou and I'm proud. Run a mile for the cause. No. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, man. Home of Nellyville. People might not like that, but you know, it's whatever.
So what area did you grow up?
I grew up in North St. Louis, more specifically, a few areas, okay? I grew up in the Jennings area, U City, Ferguson, Florissant, and Normandy. So kind of bounced around those areas growing up.
So you have siblings or your own?
I have siblings both on my mother's side and my father's side. You know, when you're black and you have that kind of family, you gotta say it that way. You know, not a lot of people can say, yeah, I have siblings, all in one family, my mom and dad live in the same house, and we all have the same brothers and sisters. I don't have that story. Many people in St. Louis, many people in the United States don't have that story. So we gotta say my mom's side and my dad's side. So on my mom's side, it was myself and my 2 sisters. I am the only boy and the middle child. So not only am I the only boy, but I've got the middle child syndrome thing going on. You know, the one that feels, left out, neglected, but no.
You get all the hand-me-downs.
Yeah, or I couldn't get any hand-me-downs from the girls.
Yeah.
Then I'd be borderline RuPaul, but so I didn't get any hand-me-downs. I got more so hand-ups because, had a great grandmother who looked out for me, along with my mom, of course, but yeah, took good care of me. And on my father's side, I have an older brother and 2 younger sisters, so I'm like the second in command on that side.
Wow.
So yeah.
So what was your favorite cartoon growing up?
Wow, my favorite cartoon, well, those days are gone. You wake up, Saturday morning cartoons, wake up in your drawers, grab a box of Pops, or if your parents were cheap, Sugar Crisp, whatever, and you're eating watching your cartoons. But there was like a whole lineup. It was like a whole 3 or so hours plus of cartoons on Saturday morning. But I'll say my all-time favorite cartoon would have to be Thundercats. And I'm waiting for them to make the Thundercats movie. It has to be made. They tried to redo the cartoon. It didn't work. It sucked. But they need to do the movie.
So who was your favorite, who was your biggest role model?
Role model wise, I would have to say, and don't laugh, I know you're going to, but growing up, I was a huge WWE fan, a huge wrestling fan, and I would say The Rock would hands down like my favorite and most, honestly, God, a role model for me. He did it for me. He had the swag, he had the confidence, and he just had like everything that I wanted, everything I wanted to embody, he had it. Because growing up, I had a stutter, and so I try not to do too much talking if I didn't have to. But when I saw The Rock, I think it was like 96, I was like, yo, this dude is like everything. He was the dude that all the other guys wanted to be like, and all the girls wanted him. So I was like, I want to be like that guy. So I patterned a lot of myself after The Rock. I started going to school, doing what The Rock would do with the eyebrow. You smell The Rock is cooking with the eyebrow. Saying what he would say, hey, what's your name? So still talking, it doesn't matter what your name is. And slowly but surely, my little insecurities began to turn into confidence because I was masking myself behind the persona of The Rock until I was confident enough to just be Sean. So definitely looked up to The Rock. So hands down, shout out to The Rock. And when I make it, I'll make sure I find you, Dwayne, and say thank you.
So what inspired you to get into acting?
Man, it was funny because actually, acting was kind of like a secondary thing I wanted to do. The first thing I wanted to do, the primary thing I wanted to do was wrestle because I was a wrestling fan. Wanted to be like The Rock. Wanted to get in the ring and have that lifestyle of constant travel, constantly being on the road. I wanted to see this great, beautiful world God created. But I eventually waned, my interest waned in wrestling after a while. And I was like, I didn't want to like continue to like risk injury. And then when my passion waned for it, I was like, let me try acting. And I was in college at that time, so I had to do, I was in the acting class because I felt like if I was gonna wrestle, if I wanna be a wrestler, I had to be able to talk and articulate myself in such a way, to make myself believable and just have that confidence. And I wanted to be able to act because, when you're wrestling, you're acting in the ring, but when you're outside the ring, you're on the mic or whatever, you still have to be able to act. And so I was in acting class, and part of the class, we had to do a production. And I took part in the production and kind of caught that bug, so to speak. that bug that everybody talk about. Got bit by it.
So what was your, so far in your acting career, what would be your favorite role?
Well, and on stage would have to have been like a Tom Robinson in the production To Kill a Mockingbird, because it was a period piece. It took place way back in the times of like heavy segregation. I love that role because it was my first dramatic role. It was my second role on stage, and it was a very powerful emotion. Just the whole story was a beautiful emotional story. So that was my favorite stage role, and I would say my favorite film role. We did this project called The Lou, and I was had so much anticipation for this character, Chris, and he's this cop, and just the everything I was going to bring to this role, it was going to be beautiful. I love that role, but all the other roles were like, bad guy, not much talking here and there, that kind of stuff. So
what inspired you to become an author?
Man, it was something I didn't really trip off of it for a long time because I never saw myself as an author or writer. But kind of funny, I loved writing in school. English class, I loved writing. I just didn't particularly care for the assignments that the teacher would give. Like, I don't want to write about this mess. And as I got older, I was like, you know what? Let me try my hand at writing a book, because I'm seeing like so many other people write books. I'm like, well, let me throw my name in that arena just so I can say I did it. The funny thing is, the thing that fueled me in the writing process was having people who say, yeah, I've been writing a book for like the last 10 years of my life. It's still on my laptop somewhere. Well, I'm gonna finish it one day. And you hear that a lot, and I was like, man, am I gonna be one of those people who never finish it? And so that became my fuel to actually finish it. And I had so many people behind me lighting a fire under me to finish it, and I actually finished it.
And what impact do you want, for your book to have on readers? What's the main message?
The original demographic were teens and young people, because I kind of wrote the book as my 13-year-old self. Like, what did my 13-year-old self need from a guidance standpoint of life? Like, what direction am I going to go with my life, and how to prepare for it now at that age of 13. And as I wrote it, the goal was to give the reader a path of success. We mention success, when we talk about success, there is no one definition of success. There's no, this is what success is, and it's only this. Success is different based on who you're talking to and what they want to do. But my goal in the book was to put the reader on the path, give them action steps to do, to ensure that if they do these things, and they're ageless principles, timeless principles, and the action steps, that if they do it, if they commit to it and do it, whatever they desire or define as success, they will be on the road to actually accomplishing it. Certainly, if you follow the recipe, the end result is going to be a cake. If you don't follow the recipe, the end result is not going to be a cake. It's I mean, maybe something that your auntie made that she brings to the gathering, to the picnic, that nobody wants to eat.
We put on the shelf.
Right. And she be the only one saying, y'all ate that potato salad? That potato salad good. You the only one talking about it. Did you make this?
So what advice would you have for aspiring creatives? Like whether they want to do acting, writing, or any other, arts?
I think every creative has battled with this, where you'll go so far in it, and then you have some battles or bouts with doubt.
Yeah.
And you'll fight forward some more, and you'll gain more ground, and then you'll battle with doubt. As if, can I do this? Will I be successful in it? I would say dig your heels in the ground and be focused, be driven, and have a mind that's made up. There was an analogy that said, get to the island and burn the boat. Whatever that dream is, whatever that goal is as a creative, if you know that God has given you that thing, that talent, hone the skill, hone the talent, get to the island of opportunity, burn the boat, meaning don't give yourself any reason or excuse to go back.
Okay, so now it's actually time for our Candid 5.
Candid 5,
Candid
okay.
5. So let me explain.
Yes.
Candid 5 it's a question game. It's not too deep. Basically, I give you 5 questions. Now, they're scenarios.
Okay.
So it's going to be a what-if scenario,
All right.
but then a scenario, and then you have to decide whether you would agree or disagree with it.
Okay.
What if you could live forever, but you may never talk to someone again? Would you agree or disagree?
That's a lonely life. I live forever, but I can't talk to nobody.
You'll be the ultimate introvert, basically.
Basically, so the question is like, would I go for that or no?
Yeah.
I would say no, because this life was made to be lived on the social plane and talk to people. So I've been living forever, but ain't been talking to nobody. Got my invisible friend self over here.
What if you enjoy sex twice as much, but your partner enjoys it half as much?
Oh wow.
Would you agree or disagree?
Oh, I think it's like any sport. It's only fun if all participants enjoy it. So no. Sorry for those who are watching, but I gotta be honest.
These are random.
Right.
What if you become a world famous athlete and earn $5 million a year, but you become super fat? Would you say yes or no?
I would say yes. I would take that. You know why? Because my $5 million can pay for the best personal trainer ever, and I could get back fit and athletic. If I have to gain weight again and be fat, I'll spend $500,000 and get the best personal trainer again, and just be a cycle. So I will take that.
What if you can never get fat, but you're never hungry? Would you agree or disagree?
I would take that. Because I would keep the same metabolism. I would just always be fit.
So I'm a foodie. I enjoy the art of food.
I can look at it. Go, oh, that plate looks wonderful. We got the garnish over there. The sprinkle. That looks great. But I'm not hungry.
What if you got a magic printer which could print real money, but you need to wear a kilt and no underwear for the rest of your life?
Wow. I will print money. I don't care about the kilt. I'm like, hey, if y'all have my bank account, you will be wearing this kilt with no drawers too. Yes.
Oh my God.
That would be nice.
Okay.
We'll leave the house too much. Like, hey, don't walk into no events like Marilyn Monroe. Hey.
So if anyone wants to find you, contact you, or follow you on social media, what would be your social media?
Kilt with no drawers at no. No. No, but if you want to find me, holla at your boy at the official Sean B on Instagram and Sean Brasfield on Facebook.
Okay. And also, where can they purchase your book?
Yes.
They don't fall.
Yeah, because, I ain't got my kid on today, but yeah. Lights, Camera, Success. You can find this book at Amazon.com. You can see your boy on the front cover. It's not a vanity thing. I just always wanted to kind of, if I did a book, I kind of wanted to be on the cover. So here I am. I'm on the front and the back. I really do believe that this book is changing lives. It is helping people. It's going to help young people and teens. I'm in the process of talking to administrators and getting in school, so it's definitely going to be one of those books that is a game changer for the young people and adults too, because a lot of adults have been coming to me like, yo, this is some real stuff in here. So, yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. You want to wave, deuces, whatever you want to say?
As I do on my podcast. Yes, your boy got a podcast. Check it out. Young Fire. That's Fire with a Y. Young Fire Podcast. At the end of every episode, you already know. It's your boy, Deuces.